is Jessica Giovini from the Just Press Play podcast. You might follow me at the Just Press on Instagram, sharing my calligraphy and invitation designs for weddings and events. I'll be chatting with other small business owners about life, from growing their biz to mental health to where to get your favorite coffee. Tune in every episode as we laugh our asses off and make fun of ourselves and maybe some other people. What up? Welcome to the Just Press Play podcast. I am your host, Jess. So excited to be here today. And we happen to be matching, which was not planned. I didn't know he was coming in his green shirt. We have
always green. Always green.
And my green's pretty spot
that
on.
Is.
I'm not
and it's
lie.
The time of year. It's the time of year.
It is. Mike. McDonald.
Jess. Hey.
From Delicious Orchards. If you don't know Delicious Orchards, you're living under a rock in New Jersey. Let's be real here. Can you tell everyone where to follow you on social?
So we are on Facebook and Instagram at Delicious Orchards, and then TikTok. I'm lazy about posting, but we are on there. So if you want something once a month, that's where we are on TikTok. But it's all at Delicious Orchards.
Very good. And location in Cold Snack, Jersey.
Cold Snack, only one. We ship everywhere, but store just Cold Snack.
Very good. Do you have a favorite coffee? Are you a coffee person?
I am a huge coffee person.
Well, you guys have an entire coffee department.
We do have a huge coffee department.
Do you have any faves? Coffee's my life.
Oh, I am.
You have a mug over there to take home.
We could.
No
way.
Play mug.
Oh,
yes.
life is good. So coffee. I mean, listen. Our coffee. We have a local roaster in Homedale who roasts all of our coffee.
Cool.
So, but that people who know our coffee's great. Mm-hmm. But if we talk outside of DO, Rook, New Orleans, is just it's a staple. But specifically, I do not. It's hot coffee in the morning and at night.
Okay.
Cold brew. Specifically in the middle of the day.
Okay.
Never stray from that.
I love that.
I know. I'm pretty. I mean, like the type of blend actually matters less than the temperature.
Yes.
I can't have. It could be the middle. It could be August. If it's the morning, it needs to be hot. And I don't know why.
I don't know. I kind of feel the same. And as I've been getting older, I felt this way. It just kind of like makes you remember, like we're waking up.
Yep.
And cold brew is my favorite type of coffee. I take it over everything.
I love it. But Rook, and they're next door to us.
Oh, right. Oh, so my gosh. Literally.
When they move next door and we do stuff with them. But they're my staple. They're my go-to.
Wait, and then you have coffee at night?
Yes. Like it affects, the caffeine is I'm over it. It doesn't wake me up. It doesn't.
I feel the same, but it's just like I need it.
Yeah, I can drink it right before I go to bed.
Oh my God,
and
I love
be
it so
totally
much.
fine. But it's got to be hot at night. That is the other.
Oh my God,
I love it. I drink too much.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to talk to someone who gets it.
Yep.
People talk to me now about I post coffee all the time. That's why you have a coffee cup. Yeah. It says "Let's Talk Life and Coffee."
I love it
because I just love coffee.
I know.
It just is the best part of my day.
Yep.
And it makes me feel good. And since becoming a parent, I need it.
Oh my gosh, it is. I don't know that I could probably count on one hand how many times I haven't had a cup of coffee throughout my day in the past 20 years. I just can't do it.
Oh my God.
I can't do it. I see no reason to take a break from it. I can't. Yeah. Oh yeah. 2 to start the day. That's standard. That's part for the course.
It was like 7 and then I had another one by 9:30.
Yep. And so the way we do it too at work, we just talk about coffee.
Oh my God.
I normally actually work in produce in the morning.
Okay.
And so we make like a big pot every day. But like we rotate through the different flavors. So it's like an internal game we play.
I love that. That's
like how is this Costa Rican or the Dio blend or blah blah. It's great because it's like a surprise every day. First thing I do though before I talk to anyone, before any work is done, I start.
But isn't that like the best? Like you're literally coming to work and you're like, there's gonna be coffee waiting. Amazing.
Yep, it is. It keeps me going.
Oh,
it keeps me going. So I'm with Jess.
So nice to talk to you about this.
Yep.
It's so great. It's so wonderful.
I love it.
And everyone likes coffee, but people who like
no. There's like it and then need it.
Yes,
need.
It's a need. I know. Well, I literally wrote down the best of the best childhood. So yes, I was telling him before we started that I've literally been going to Delicious Orchards my entire life. Basically, moved here when I was 3 in New Jersey. Grew up less than 10 minutes away, and we spent all of our weekends specifically going to Delicious Orchards.
We appreciate it. Family says thanks.
I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of people like that, a lot of customers.
No, hey, it's how we do it.
It's just the best place ever. It's very hard to go to during autumn now.
Yes.
They only go during the week.
Be a little busy.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. crazy.
Yeah.
But I understand why. It's a social activity just to go there for all the exciting events. It's the best. But like literally I was saying to him, like, why are your grapes so good? Because my mom, we always had to get grapes. Like it was a specific thing. Like, I don't know what it is. Your fruit is just like better than everywhere else. And I know you carry some of the same brands as the supermarket.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But it's just like, I don't know what you're doing.
So it's a funny, I mean, people actually ask this, and there is an answer to it.
Oh,
yeah, I know. It's always like,
this is very
people will say something like, "Oh, I had a Halo Clementine from somebody else, and then I get it from yours." I don't understand. It's a good question, and so there's a reason. There is an answer, and so we've been doing it for like the market started. I mean, I don't want to get into total deal.
Oh my God, it's fine. No, I wrote down. Let's talk about
perfect.
history.
All right, so like in the 50s, when we went from strictly being an orchard, we were just growing, to being retail. We developed like these produce relationships that have been going on for 70 years, right? So even if we're getting something out of Hunts Point Market, right, a produce market in the Bronx in New York, we're somewhere we get a lot of stuff from. We will know all the people there. They've known us forever. They know that we are someone who pays our bills. We're good to deal with. We do the right work. We have a reputation of being someone who's honorable. I mean, that's really my dad kind of laid that groundwork. So what that comes down to practically for the customer is if they have two skids of Halos, one that's better than the other, we're getting it.
Yeah.
Every time. And so there is often, and I genuinely, the other part of it is we sell more produce than the average equivalent would be like 10 grocery stores is what we do. So we have a buying power too. That's kind of, I didn't really kind of understand that until, we had to in COVID we had a lot of pull to be as if we were multiple stores. So that's advantageous too. But sorry, this is like the
oh my God, I love this. Are you kidding? I literally wrote history.
Sorry, and I love. I get excited about it
because I want to talk about your dad and everything.
So then we can get like if we need it, we have 50 guys who we have these relationships with, so we can pull the best of the best from everyone on top of the local to farmers who I mean, you're talking about their dads know my dad who knew our grand, it stretches back. So it's not, you're not crazy. That's amazing. Like, I don't understand.
Guys, you heard it here first.
To say I don't understand. The brand.
I'm 36, for 33 years of my life.
No, it is not. There's rationale to it.
Yes. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And your dad started in produce.
So my dad started in produce. He and my mom met working there. So my mom was whatever. They were both in high school.
Yeah, what?
They were both in high school. Both just started working there. And my dad's like, he's a great guy. He's super. Did you see there was a Humans in New York thing that happened like a few years ago, and this kind of like blew up our social stuff and kind of told their story.
Okay.
But basically, my dad's like not a super academic guy, but he's brilliant.
Okay.
So
that's okay. I don't believe in any of that.
No, so like never went to college. Really not a fan of school.
Same.
But he's really, really sharp. Hard worker, great with numbers, that type of thing. And so he just started in produce, worked his way up to management, then ownership with two other guys, and then we bought out the partners. Now, I mean, it's close to in 2008.
Yeah.
So whatever that is.
A while.
A while. Yeah, I guess it is. It's a while. 17 years? 17 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something like that. So yeah, it's been our team now for a little bit. But yeah, he started, I mean, he's been there for 50 something years now. So.
Yeah, I literally wrote his dad, produce, met mom.
Yes.
Mom still works there.
Mom still works there. So my mom, if you pull out a DO, there's nothing there now, but she grew up in the house across the street.
Oh my God, I love that.
So they tore it down probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh my God, wild.
I know. And then, so they've kind of, I mean, that's where and my mom, I mean, she took care of us growing up. So she stayed home more, but has always kept her hand in it.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll be, and it really comes down to like working, like grinding coffee. She's actually typically in the coffee department.
I mean, basically the best place.
It's
also the candy section.
It is the candy section. You're right. She wears both those hats. She is a huge coffee drinker. I mean, she might be.
More than you?
Yeah.
Well, she has been around longer.
She has. I mean, it's an impressive amount of coffee. My mom, and she's like the sweetest person in the world.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure I know who she is. Yeah, but like I know what she looks like. But
she flies under the radar a lot. Like people don't know. But she is like, about as kind as they get. She's good people. Yeah, I know. Even now, I'm like, I don't know how you're so nice, Mom. It's really impressive. I know. Just doesn't kind of lose it. Yeah, she's great. She's good. So. Yeah, they met there, and they got married really young. Okay. So my mom just out of high school, because neither of them. That's what it was. Like, people did that more, and neither of them grew up with much, so they were kind of just doing their thing, scraping by. Yeah. And then my mom went to Brookdale, became a nurse, while my dad was doing the produce stuff, and then eventually they were. I mean, this is genuinely the story they tell is my mom would work nights and be with us during the day. And my dad would work during the day and then take care of the four of us at night. Oh my God. Which, if you do the math, there's no sleep.
No, zero.
And so at one point, my mom was like, both of them decided my mom was like, all right, we got to figure this out. And the timing was great. It's when my dad became an owner. Yep. Yeah.
Wait, and now you're one of four?
Four. So I have two sisters and a brother. It's crazy.
That makes me feel so good because I'm like, some days you feel like you're dying, and I'm like, okay, but they did it.
They didn't. Oh, I think that all the time. I'm like, how did they do it? I mean, I have three. Yeah. Like I said, I have three boys, and I think of how did they do it with four? Because I'm drowning with three. Seriously. I mean, they're fantastic, but
no, I don't know. I just think people were built a little different. They
are. Yep. And I would, and it's, I mean, all credit to my wife who like really runs our ship at home, because without her, I'm like, I can't do it. She's the real mastermind behind our crew at home.
And a dog.
And a dog, Walter.
You can't forget that. Oh my God, stop.
Yep, Walter.
I'm dying.
He's a dignified dog. Oh my God. He's so sweet. But yeah, my parents, they're good people. They're good people.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I love seeing your parents in the videos. Your dad's so cute.
He's the best.
Yeah. Wait, I literally wrote down a specific video that I love, the lemonade one. Yeah. You guys were like pouring. And
oh my gosh. They were such.
It's so cute. I can't.
I'll tell you.
It was so good.
They like.
We'll get into social too.
Yeah, they are. My dad's a good sport. He's a good sport. He always, I'll pitch something to him and he's in on it. Normally, he's actually, out of my entire family, he's the most willing participant.
I love that.
All my siblings want nothing to do with it.
Get away from me.
Nothing.
It's become a huge. I literally put that as my second.
Got it. We'll stay the course.
We'll say because that's a big deal from where you guys were at social media wise. But I wrote down specific things: cider bar,
yes,
with slushies, Fritter Shack, the strawberry truck.
Oh my
gosh.
That
was this year, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I came in person for that. I saw you, but you were far away. So
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I was probably running around.
You were, truly. I was like, I'm not going to say hi.
That is what I do.
I was like, I'm not saying hi. But literally, I came in with my son. Like, I have Fridays with him, but he's starting preschool next week, so that's changing. But came in with him on a Friday, walked in, and I was, like, looking in the dessert area for the truck. Like, because I was like, wouldn't it be right here? And I went over to customer service, and Lee said, oh, yeah, it's around the corner. And I didn't realize it was literally, like, a truck. Yes. It looks so cool. The line was insane. Worth it. It was so delicious. Because your strawberries are just better.
And now you know what.
You know what I mean?
You know what. So cider bar, let's bang through these. Cider bar, slushes, and then strawberries. So cider bar is...
Let me know if I'm missing any.
No. Those are actually great. And Fritter Shack, sorry.
Okay.
Cider bar is like the newest. I mean, it's not new anymore, I guess, but we had no food, right?
Yeah.
And so it used to just be like when we were growing up, you just shopped, went home. And kind of they had just started before we had kind of stepped in. It was actually my dad's baby. It was like we've transitioned from being just a grocery store to like a destination.
Yeah.
And we weren't always, people were like, oh, people have always traveled. That's kind of true. The fall has changed the way like people descend upon it. I mean, our regular customers are still keep the doors open. But cider bar was something people wanted in the fall. Like, I'm here. I drove an hour. I want to eat.
Seriously, yeah.
And
I felt from like New York City.
And so that's been great. And that is that is the part that we're actually today we were talking about. We want to develop that menu more.
Cool.
Because it was always like, oh, you can just come and grab some quick food and that type of thing. And people want, and we want to kind of elevate it where it's more of a lunch spot.
Yeah, because you have sandwiches and stuff.
We have paninis and sandwiches, and we want to push into that a little more. Because we have whatever you want ingredient-wise, we have in the store. Yeah. So we've always said, we kind of have this at our fingertips. Let's lean into this. But cider bar has been a big part. And then slush went
viral. It, for like, before social media was even a thing. But like, you know what I mean? Like, are you looking for a place where your little one can play, learn, and thrive while you find your village? Welcome to Raising Sunshine, Monmouth County's first early childhood community center and sensory play cafe. At Raising Sunshine, we believe in play with purpose, offering sensory play classes, allergy-safe cooking experiences, open play sessions, and a welcoming space for families to connect. Need time to focus on work while your child plays in a safe, engaging environment? Our co-working and child care memberships give you the best of both worlds. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw stress-free, unforgettable birthday parties designed for little ones and their families. Because raising happy, healthy, and kind kids starts with community. We love it at Raising Sunshine, and I can honestly tell you that it is probably Walker's favorite spot to go to. So come play with us. Visit our website or Instagram at Raising Sunshine LLC to learn more and book your first visit today. Aloha! Surfside Smile Co. Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontist is making waves in Middletown, New Jersey. They specialize in pediatric dental care for the little ones and orthodontic treatments for the whole family, including Invisalign and traditional braces. Guys, I have to tell you, Surfside Smile is Walker, our little one's dentist office, and we love it there, from the amazing staff and the amazing decor, and we can't forget about their awesome golden retriever therapy dog, Penny. They want all of their patients to feel at home. They love getting to know their patients and their unique selves so they can set them up for success. Their goal is to get you smiling, laughing, and wanting to come back. Want to join their ohana? Visit them on their website, surfsidesmileco.com, to get more info about their office and schedule an appointment. Mahalo! Oh my God. It's so fantastic.
We've made slush for a long time. And then we went, I posted a picture on Facebook, and this other, I can't even remember the page. I should find out who it was. This 10 years ago. 10 years ago, somebody posted it onto something, and it just went. And I specifically we had one like little slush machine, and I was like, oh no. And then we bought another one, and then we had to buy like 3 more. And we used to serve hard ice cream out of that window. We just took out all the machines. I made all this slush.
I don't think
so now it's a beast. It's so good too. It is so
good.
I still drink that. Like that's one of the things I will like get into.
Apple cider, specifically yours, is my husband's favorite.
Is it really?
In like for anything, like apple cider all the time, like every time of year. And in the winter, a lot of places don't have apple cider available. Like I know. And so we'll go anywhere, and he'll be
press all year.
Yeah. So Nick doesn't drink coffee.
Whoa.
I know. He's a Pepsi guy, but he doesn't drink coffee. Doesn't
Brave
like
soul.
it, but lives for apple cider.
Okay.
And hot chocolate. So we'll go places, and then like they don't have apple cider in like December, and he's like, because it's not October.
Hot or cold, or either.
I mean, either, but like in winter, you just want it hot.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. But we always buy the container of the cider cold, regardless. Always.
Great.
But yeah, it's yours is just.
It holds up. It holds up. And then last year we did the lemonade slush. So we make our own lemonade, and so that was like another thing that blew up.
Yeah, of course.
Because fritters were actually came up alongside of that. Okay. And they have a following. It's different than slush. Okay. Fritters people love.
It's like ice cream though, because everyone likes ice cream.
it's a little bit of a different vibe. Yeah. The fritters, we love it. It's good. I love them personally. Mm-hmm. They have a cult following. People message us all the time about why we don't sell them.
It really is a cult following.
It's bizarre. No, it's not bizarre. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
like in a
crazy. And then the strawberry. I mean, we're currently calling it Strawberry Mageddon because it was nice.
Well, I love that you topped them with the cookies. I didn't know that until I got there.
So
that's one of my faves. I literally wrote down faves.
Oh my gosh. It was because we didn't want to do. My nieces were the ones who showed it to me on TikTok. They were like, you have to do this. And so like me and my brother and sisters all kind of last year that thing was kind of picking up in Bryant Park in December.
Yeah, I used to work right over there, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So they went and got it, and they're like, you have to do something. So like, all right, we'll do it in February when we're a little bit slower.
And Valentine's Day, perfect.
And Valentine's Day, that was exactly it. So but we didn't want to do. I know which we might mess around with the Dubai chocolate and the pistachios, which I love. But we were like, let's just do our own thing. Like that's
very trending.
It's trending, and we're like, let's see if people get behind the chocolate chip cookies. We'll just sprinkle it on, and we tasted it. It was amazing. I bought like a box of the wooden spoons.
Okay.
We were like, oh, we'll do this, and it was like 300 wooden spoons. This is how I'm like
in one day.
One day.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That's
we were just
amazing.
not even. I wasn't even close. Like we and the whole crew. We have just the best staff. I mean, that's really, they're the ones who make the ship run. But we just looked at each other. Oh no, what have we done? And then a couple people, and then the way that influencer world works, right? Like one grabs it and then they keep going. And then we had a couple of them reaching out and doing stuff, which was, I mean, fantastic, but just then.
Well, I only have a certain amount of followers. I posted it.
But that's
what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. So then you get like one, and it's this, because then you post it, someone else posts it, and it's these people who have
so many
thousands of followers, and I'm like, oh no, it was. I mean, it was great, and this time of year we can do it. Oh. So it was a dream.
Yeah,
it was a dream,
and I love that it was like poured right there. You know what I mean? Like it was the freshest ever. It was great. It was a very well-oiled machine too.
Thank you.
Even with the line, they had it down to a science.
We just like right away. I didn't.
It was great.
Sometimes
now you have to do it every year. That's it.
We do, and now everyone wants us to do. I think we're going to do some other stuff in that truck.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, the chocolate chip cookies make the whole thing.
Good.
If you didn't have that
makes me feel better.
Not that it's not exciting. Chocolate with strawberries, but that topping.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
Because that was like a thing we really.
Bonus.
Yeah, and we like messed around with other stuff because it was. We went rogue on it. Like, no one does it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people do the chocolate and strawberries.
Yeah.
But we try and de-oify it. Like, how can we make this ours? And so we messed around with a few things. Like, the chocolate cookies are right. I think they're... I don't know that we can do better than that kind of thing. So, thank you.
Wrote down faves. This is since forever.
Okay.
Cider donuts with cinnamon sugar.
Love it.
Okay. Not that I don't like the other ones, but...
But cinnamon sugar.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically. The chocolate chip cookies.
Yep.
As is. Cream puffs. I mean,
fantastic.
Apple pie.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Yes.
Apple cider.
Yes.
And then we always go to the candy section, which I know is old mama candies, and it's just forever. Orange slices for life. It's just this. My son goes for the nonpareils with it has to have the colorful.
Yep. The rainbow. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Sprinkle or whatever they are.
Love it.
Forever. I loved as a kid always that when we walked in, we were in bakery because bakery is my favorite. Like dessert is my life.
Okay.
More than anything in the whole world.
Amen to that.
Yeah, right? Like the best.
Yeah.
So as a kid, immediately I'd go to one side and get cookies and then go to the other side and get donuts.
I love it.
And it was not even a question.
For your son, nonpareils, dark or milk chocolate?
He does not discriminate.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah. I mean,
I love the dark.
Same.
But I didn't know if he would lean more towards the milk.
Both ways.
Done.
Doesn't discriminate against.
Good for him.
Just lives for desserts. But I will say, he does gravitate to chocolate more than anything else. Like, it's a vanilla. Like, if it's ice cream, chocolate. Like, cake, brownie. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Me, I always go for dark chocolate first. Yep. But I still also love chocolate.
I respect milk. I'm in, but the dark nonpareils
there's just nothing like it.
Are so good.
It was the only way I kept him calm in the store when we came. I was like, Walker, we're going to... It's fine. Because he wants to go and touch everything. And you guys have the center that has the candy too. And I was like, why don't we just go to where I know you want the chocolate, and then like we can walk around and I can actually buy stuff.
I respect it, and I think all your favorite. I commend every one of them. I mean, or cinnamon are the. They're the.
Wait, I texted my best friend yesterday, who we grew up in the same town, so she's been coming to the store too. She lives 40 minutes away now. Okay. I was like, Mike from the source is coming on the pod tomorrow. Do you have any questions? And she was like, ask. And I was like, I already knew the answer. Please don't ever discontinue the donuts. I drive 40 minutes to get them. I don't think it's ever happening.
They're here to stay. They are here to stay. I know.
Oh my God.
I can't. Last year we did like 1.3 million donuts. So donuts are just unbelievable. Mostly cinnamon. I mean, cinnamon is the winner. I 100%.
I'll eat all of them, but
powder's great.
Yeah.
Plain, people are purists, love it. I'm cinnamon. I'm with you.
Did you see the recent? You had. I'm sure you did. I think you liked that thing. Saw a food blogger did like comparison.
Yes.
And Josh was doing stuff.
Yep.
And your donuts won.
I know. I actually commented, and we are friends with Bellevue.
Of course,
like we are
friends.
And so most of us, and this is, I've said this before, there's just so few of us left who like are genuinely families who've been around forever, who don't have more than one store. Yeah. And so most of us are all, it's a very small, either they've gone out of business or sold. Almost everyone is gone. And the Applegates who own Bellevue are just, they're great people.
Oh, that's so nice.
We like them. We work together. We sell stuff to each other.
That's how I am with other stationers.
I mean,
we all refer each other.
And we're not. Sometimes folks, we laugh internally because if someone gets upset or something, they're like, "I'm going to go to Bellevue," and I'm like, "That's the perfect place to go."
Oh my
god! And then the same to us.
How dramatic!
Dio is. I like Dio's donuts better, and the Applegates are
cool. Okay, sounds good.
We're both fighting the big big chains, and then those guys who are a lot bigger than we are, so it's fun. But yeah, I saw that, and right away I actually jumped on it and commented to be like, "Hey, I like them." So I get that you're doing a side by side, but like we're cool.
Yeah.
And
but he does that with like so many.
And he's actually I have never met him. A lot of these they'll like shoot us a message and like come in and we'll chat. But he is really nice, and like he does. People say stuff like, "Oh, did they pay you?" Or and I'm like, "Nothing. We don't." Nothing. These guys just come in and do their thing.
That's so nice because that's not always the case at all.
No, he's a good. He seems like a great guy from what we.
Yeah, I like following him. It's fun. I like to see like all these little spots and like he goes to like hidden gems too, which I appreciate.
Yeah, yep, he's doing his thing.
Do you have a favorite item in your entire store? That's very hard. I know.
I love and. So bakery, I'm gonna go bakery.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about here. I think we make a lot of like amazing stuff. Then there's some stuff I'm like, this is great, and I've had other places that do I think a great job. Our eclairs.
I can't believe you just said that. I was gonna say that.
It's not even
That's
close.
Nick's favorite, the cream puffs and the eclairs.
I have never I stand by this. I've never had an eclair that's even close.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Like my wife and I actually disagree on this. Like I think she thinks our cannolis are the best that she's ever had. Really I think our cannolis are fantastic. I think there's a spot in Boston
oh my god,
okay, that does like fantastic cannolis. I've had fantastic cannolis that I think we're right there. I think
sure.
Our eclairs, it's like a joke. When I get eclairs other places, it's not even. I don't know. They are the cream is unbelievable. Most eclairs they don't.
Yeah.
Ours are. It's one that if you and they are a huge thing for us. Like behind.
So I was literally going to ask, what's your highest selling item?
Oh yeah. So donuts are number one. Strictly by volume, chocolate chip cookies are actually number two. Number two.
I only go for the regular chocolate chip. It's just why do you have to mess with it?
I know. The almond butter crunch. Have you ever had that?
Okay, no, I have, but I'm just a chocolate chip.
I agree. You know? I agree. I actually agree. Chocolate chip cookies are enormous. They're fantastic. I love the oatmeal raisin too. Anyway, pies are if you collect them together, they're right there. But eclairs are huge.
Yeah.
Huge. They are enormous for us. So people really the people who have them. I'm not. If you try them,
no, I've had them.
I mean,
it's been a while. That's why I said Nick.
Yes,
it wasn't on my list. Not because it was between putting cream puffs or eclairs, and I was like, God, those cream puffs. They're just friggin' ridiculous.
And they're like a scene.
Yes, they are literally. You can't really miss it.
But yeah, I am big on the eclairs.
Oh, I love that.
That's my thing.
Yeah, and now you were saying you mentioned your employees I feel like I've read this recently. Your employees have literally been forever. Your newest employee is still over 10 years or something, right?
So it's a wild. Our management we all work too. We're all managers. My family. We don't. I was in this morning. I get in early. I set up produce. We set up produce. We all work. But we have managers who really oversee every area, and there's 15, 16, and they've all been there for I mean, now our newest is probably, she's 15 years.
Oh, that's so
10,
funny.
Years, over 10 years now.
15 year newest.
Yeah. So that's, and so like the 10 years is like nothing. Mm-hmm. It's the 20, 30, 40. Mm-hmm. And then we have my dad and 2 other people who've been there for over 50. People just don't leave. That's
great. Amazing.
Even our high school kids, like the seasonal ones,
of course.
they are the best. Like we get Marlboro, Homedale. No, they're fantastic. Mm-hmm. Homedale, Colts Neck,
all the
Freehold, all the surrounding ones. Mm-hmm. They are. I've always said we have like a disproportionate amount of amazing kids.
Oh, that's.
And then they stay. So,
but I feel like it's a certain type of kid that wants to go to a market. Like
it is. They're all. They're smart. They're hardworking kids. Like some of these kids, and now that we've been doing this long enough, like some of them, like they start in high school, then they work through college.
Yeah, like when they're home.
And then like they go off and become a doctor or something. And I'm like, how are you? Aren't you like 7? They're like, I'm 30, Mike. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But we have just a great staff. Yeah. Kids management. Adults, any you name it, we're really lucky. And I think, we inherited that kind of culture. Like my dad, he just works. Like, I don't mean just works. Like, no, he works. I get it. It's never a like.
My dad just retired, and this is the first time in his whole life since he's like 12 that he hasn't.
That's exactly.
And he like doesn't. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, he's not looking to get out of doing anything. He's into it. So I think that sets a culture of we're working together. Like people don't work for us. We are genuinely working, and it's hard, I think, to think otherwise when we're out there doing it. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not like the strawberry. Yeah. I'm like I have to figure out how to do. It's not. I'm not going to task someone else with it. This is my problem. I have to fix this problem.
I have to fix this amazing idea that is so frustrating.
That is just something.
And now up until the next time you come up with something else.
I know. We have,
But that's a good idea because honestly, think about something. Christmas, so exciting, holidays, and then it's over, and you're just like,
that's it.
Nothing to look forward to.
I know.
And so at least we have.
I know, and we kind of stand around and look at each other, and like, I'm not. It's much slower in January and February, so it's just like, but yeah, I know. Now it's what's next. What are we gonna do next? That thing. And we have a whiteboard in our office that we just like write ideas on.
Love that.
And so now it's there's some ideas.
Yeah.
It's starting to fill up a little bit, so we'll see.
Oh my God, so fun. I love that. Okay, I want to talk about social media. Oh, man. Because you're really, just...
That's another monster that got out of control.
Jody from Nicholas Creamery.
Jody's great.
Looking for the perfect sweet touch for your wedding, event, or just to satisfy a craving? Meet Vinny Cakes, a freelance pastry chef specializing in gourmet rainbow cookies. All of his desserts are handcrafted using the highest quality ingredients. His signature is the OG traditional rainbow, which also comes in an array of unique flavors like strawberry shortcake, pistachio, which is my personal favorite, and more. And did you know Vinny offers them in gluten-free? Yes, please. From stunning dessert tables to custom assorted dessert platters or boxes, he creates unforgettable sweets for any occasion. Whether you're planning a big celebration or just need a box of rainbows to take home, he's got you covered. Catch Vinny at pop-ups or DM him at Vinny Cakes for all orders. Save the date for the wedding of your dreams. You've got the Pinterest board with too many pins. Your future mother-in-law has opinions. And you've got a million things to do. Enter DK Events, the wedding planning and design dream team, here to save your sanity and make the process fun. From, wait, what's a charger plate, to does this even go together? They've got the answers, the ideas, and the expertise to make your big day flawless. From laughing over floral choices to celebrating your perfect vision coming to life, they'll make planning as joyful as your big day. Your perfect wedding, coming soon to a venue or sailcloth tent near you. But did you know that DK also offers consulting for other wedding pros? Are you looking to level up? Are you stuck scrolling and comparing yourself to other wedding professionals? Not quite sure how to stand out in the wedding industry? DK Events doesn't just plan weddings, but they help vendors like you shine. From branding that wows to website copy and blog content that sells and sounds like you, we're here to elevate your business to luxury status. Don't leave your dream clients at the door. Let DK Events be by your side to strategize, help you implement the process, and be there to celebrate when you win big dream clients. Visit www.dkevents.com and click Wedding Professional to get started. DK Events, your partner in success. Named you the GOAT She said you are the goat of social media. There's no one like you.
No.
And I tried to look all the way back at when you first started, and I think I made it back to 2021.
Yep.
Like, you guys went from just, like, posting, like, a pie to these hysterical videos. There's the one you just did with the strawberries, like, oh my guys, press conference. I'm sorry, we're going to have it till this weekend. That was amazing. How did you just do one day where you're just like, I don't know, let's like do something fun, and now it's like you're expected, and you have to live. I know,
and when they're not good, people tell me that too. I get feedback all the time.
Oh man,
customers are not shy. It is this thing got out of control. We actually, okay, this is the truth. Jess, I could bore you with these details forever.
I love it. Oh my God,
it was a podcast.
Stop.
I swear. So, Freakonomics. I was listening to Freakonomics about advertising.
Okay.
And pretty much, I mean, the long and short of it is, it was like this long podcast about how, not that advertising does or doesn't work, but that even big companies don't know what works.
Okay.
And how they put a lot of money into these things and don't know the metrics are hard. And so me, my brother, and a few other kind of management listened to it. And our advertising, we had spent pretty good money on print ad and stuff that wasn't. We were like, I don't know that this is working. And so it's my brother he is an engineer by trade. He went to school for civil engineering. So we could not be more opposite. Okay. Like, he's the reason we're still in business. I do the soap, but I was high school class clown. This is not this is not a stretch for me.
Yes.
He said he was the one who was like, all right, let's stop all the everything.
Okay.
He's like, you can do this. Like, I see what people put. He's like, you could do this. Just start doing stuff. He's like, allocate part of your day and just like try it and see what happens. He's like, just make funny videos. Like, you're funny. And I was like, and he's like, and he talks like that. He's like not being nice. He's like, this will work. Like, if you just try, just do whatever you want. And so I just started doing it, and it kind of. It's a thing. And it's just so funny because sometimes people will say, like, oh, dude, like, what agency? like what ad group? I'm like, it's me and a phone. And like, we have one, there's like two people who kind of will help me with some of the messages and stuff. That's it. We just kind of, today I was like, I think I have an idea. We'll just kind of do something. And I typically will make it, and then I'll show my siblings real quick. I'm like, is this funny? And they will tell me.
Okay.
They're like, that is stupid. They're like, that is
People
not
love stupid
fun.
stuff.
My wife also will proofread.
Okay.
My spelling is suboptimal. I've actually made jokes about it it's the worst too. I've made some where like they go, where they kind of take off, and then she'll text me and be like, Mike. you misspelled. And so she is kind of the proofreader for me. But yeah, it's great. I mean, we have fun with it. Try and just be like, we had actually talked about this. Like, there's a lot of not positive. I'm just trying to be hokey. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be lame.
I'm just trying to like be funny and make people laugh.
Just genuinely am like, I think that and the feedback too. Obviously, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So people shop at the store,
but
I think the side benefit is that people like it.
Yeah,
they know
you get so many messages.
It's really fun, and they really do look forward to it. And I think we have fun with it. And I think there's a sincere authenticity that we're not. Yeah. I hope people know. We're not trying too hard to sell. We're just kind of having fun and hope that people
I don't even see it as like a sell thing. It's like this is me at work, and we're just like trying to have a good time. And honestly, when I look at them, I'm like, I feel like that's just what they do all day.
It is. And so but I've always, at first when we started doing it, I'm like, am I? Like, what are we doing? And then kind of the feedback was great. So I was like, all right, we're just going to, I think when people try too hard, it doesn't work.
But the press conference ones are so fun. And now you have to like set up. Like, that's hilarious. I'm saying the things. It's hysterical because I'm in an upstairs, like it's an old, like basically an attic. Okay.
And when I pitched it, I told my brother and one of our other managers, Max, I was like, hey, can you get me like a thing with logos on it? And they're like, what are you talking about? And they didn't even know. And then all of a sudden, like I posted it and they're like, Who are you talking to?
So you're just in
no
the
one.
closet.
Oh, I'm in the closet. There's my phone, and I'm looking at random nothing. And so but they work. I don't know.
No, it's so good because also those structures have been around forever.
Yes.
So you're taking it and putting a modern spin, sticking with the times. This is how you stay current.
Yes.
And you guys are the only I say supermarket in Colts Neck, right?
Not hurtful to.
Yeah, because I'm literally only one.
We're it.
So literally, you're getting people from all the adjacent towns. Plus, like I said, I have friends who travel just to come there. Right. So that makes it even more fun. You're sticking with this. And honestly, I wouldn't have known about the strawberries if you didn't post about it. Yeah.
No, it's because that too, because we've been around so long, it's actually not as much. Hopefully it's because of a lot of the stuff we've done. Shaking that it's your grandma's store. Because initially, 20 years ago, it was that's for old people. We actually saw our demographic was there's a lot of...
No, but especially with people are obsessed with pumpkin picking and apple picking.
And all of that has become cool again.
To take the photo and post it on Instagram.
And so we've been thankful and just staying current in our product. All the stuff we try and do to make sure. And there's totally a swing back to fresh produce. Fresh. Yeah. People want fresh. Yes. So that has been...
Well, I feel like so many of your videos take place in produce.
Yes.
So
I do. That's and the other...
That's where you are though, right?
The other departments will give me a hard time.
About?
They do. I don't post enough. Our cheese is insane. Our cheese department's enormous.
It's so
our
big.
Meat department's insane. Yeah. I don't...
But that's where you're there every day, right?
But I'm trying this year. I'm going to try. If you see more in the other departments, it's because people will say, managers will be, what do you do? Give me something here, Mike. I'm sorry. I'll get something. I just got to make it and then go back to work. So, but yeah.
Right. You're literally trying to fit in times of your day.
Yeah.
Social media is so much work. Oh my God.
It's the best and worst thing.
I know.
I have a love-hate with it. I love making it when I have time and an idea. Mm-hmm. When you when you have to.
It drives me insane.
Even I'm sure getting guests lined up and all the things that you have to do, you're I have to keep doing this.
Absolutely. Especially now that, with the pod, that took on a whole different thing.
Yep.
My husband looks at me, he's like, what are you doing? You're so busy, all you do is work. And now becoming a mom, I can't just come down here and work 24/7 with my little. So he's like, why are you adding this? I'm because I want to. Why can't I have it all? But yes, it's so much work. And then even just when I'm working on invitations, I'm posting stories, look at this suite that came in. And it's I have to make sure I post this.
Yes.
Because honestly, that's how I grew my whole business. Yep. It's everything. Mm-hmm.
And that consistency is part of it.
Beyond. If you go on a page and you saw someone hasn't posted in months, I'd be are they out of business?
I was just talking to this chef, Andre Foles is his name. He's he's really cool.
Andre,
he's won Chopped a few times.
Oh, cool.
He's often the chef for, I think he says it on, I don't feel bad saying it, for our local famous musician. Also,
Bruce.
Yes.
He lives in Colts Neck.
Yeah, so we do a lot with it. We near his grocery store. But his chef is he's the coolest.
Oh, I love that.
He's this awesome Jamaican guy who you're everything about him. I'm you're the coolest guy now. He doesn't post.
Oh my God. See, why don't I know?
He's doing he's going to come out with a cookbook. I think we're actually going to do something together.
Cool.
But I told him, I was Andre, why are you not?
Yeah.
Come on.
But is
People
he
love him. He's working. That's
that's
part of it. And he is a chef to the stars. So he has a lot of different jobs, and so not that he doesn't need it. He knows he needs it to grow, but he's working all of us. It's hard.
No,
it's hard
when
you're. It's not just the thing you're doing. You're I'm doing this so that I can.
Wait, does Bruce come in a lot? Since he lives.
He comes in. He actually doesn't come in as much as you would think. It's his chefs are in every day.
Well, that makes sense.
But Bruce, he'll come in and grab stuff. I mean, it's not...
Everyone... I've never seen him in person. I feel like I'm one of the only people. But everyone knows you just run into him at, a bar.
Yeah.
Super chill.
He is obsessed with our powdered... He's a little powdered donuts.
Okay.
So much so. This is true.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited
when he was on tour in Europe...
Stop.
I swear. We shipped.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
It's insane. It is really cool. Actually. We shipped because they're fresh and they truly are. Like, we had to have this conversation with his assistant and stuff. I mean, it's not a gimmick. Yeah. They don't last. Yeah. So, like, you have, anyone who gets them knows, and we're proud of it. Yeah. You hold those a week, they're not going to taste great. Yeah. And they shouldn't, because we don't have anything else. We had to ship donuts to where he was going. So, like, we were a day ahead on wherever. So cool. It was very, like, intense. Our mail order, our shipping manager was like, okay, I could do this. And he did. He was like a wizard. Yeah, Bruce. I mean, that is actually a really fun part. We do. That is so cool. Yeah. You know who was she moved now years ago? Queen Latifah.
Yes, I know. She used to live right there. Now she lives in our town now.
She was the best.
Yeah, she's like Rumson zip code.
Yeah. She is.
But yeah, I knew she was cool.
When she was in town, it was like
everyone runs into her. I don't see anyone. I'm like, I saw Jon Stewart once when I lived in Red Bank. That was cool. But he was like, I'm not saying hi.
I know he's like Bruce, where he's like around.
Yes, because he goes to all the places.
I saw him in Five Guys.
Oh my god, how funny!
And I walked in, and I felt this wasn't that long ago. This was within the year. I walked in, like poof, like I do in everything, like too much. I just like, walk in, and he's sitting there waiting for his food, and so I come in, and he just looks at me, and I go, "Hey," and he goes, "Hey," and that's it. And I just went about my business.
Oh my god, I love it.
But like Bruce, he's just like around. He's not.
Yes, everyone like kind of knows. Whatever. Like, I feel like if I saw him, I wouldn't even say anything because I'd be like, what up?
Yeah, that's what I did. But I'm like, I know this guy. He's like a big deal.
Right. But my hairdresser sees Queen Latifah all the time. She's at Whole Foods.
She is like the nicest woman.
Oh my god, I love that because she just seems so like nice and chill. Like, you know,
vibe is. She's one of the few like A-listers that didn't have a chef. Like, oftentimes we'll get people come in, and I imagine she had
a lot of people in this neighborhood, by the way. Yeah. Mon County has lots.
There's a lot, and so like, somebody like a chef will come in and like, this is what I'm working for. All right. Queen Latifah, if she had one, she was shopping. Like, yeah, she's one of my faves.
Oh my god!
Everything about her.
I love hearing that because like I never heard feedback on her, and like I just like her as a person on movies and stuff. So she's, that's so cool.
And always requested us to do espresso or cappuccino, and we just got a machine, so we're gonna start that soon.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give her a shout out.
Oh my god, you have to.
I am, because she was really she was the one who was like, "Can you just do this?" I was like, yeah. So we were like,
"Oh my god, so funny!" Eventually. Well, it smells so good when you walk in that room.
Yeah, I know it is. It is.
And I love that you guys have the sample of coffee available.
That's a big deal. If we ever got rid of that, there would be a revolt. People, I mean, lose their mind. They go crazy. And it's like, it's a sample.
Yeah, it's
people want to try different coffees. Yeah. It's a part of their rhythm. It's a part of what they've done. We've always had it. And same with the cider samples. Like, you need it. I'm like, all right. Your husband would be.
I know. He gets really excited about
sample.
it. I know.
He's going to cider. You do the coffee.
Like, he doesn't have to have it. Like, he loves it. We all know. My mom bought it forever, literally. Like,
it's great.
We talked about, even before we started, like, my whole childhood was, like, going to Delicious Orchards, like I said. And, like, my mom, because we were talking about the shipping of the gift boxes, like, anytime there was anything that you needed to send, whether if it was a happy occasion, a sad occasion, she always just ordered from you guys.
That's great.
Or she would, like, if it was, like, they couldn't get it out in a day, we lived really close. She would just go and buy everything and then
your mom was a wise woman. All right.
I mean, let's be real. Does it really get better? Let's be real. It doesn't. The Orchards, there's a reason why, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. It's the best.
Thank you.
It really, I mean, oh my God, staple in our house. My dad lives in Florida now. It's still a staple. Like, we talk about it all the time. I told him I was talking with you, and he was like, what? I was like, I know, right?
You're like, after this, you're like, yeah.
I'll be like, he's so much chiller than I even know. No, oh my God, I've had so much fun talking with you. But you're also a dad.
I am. 3 boys.
How do you do it?
3 boys. It's insane. I mean, I think you had said this about being a mom, and it's for my wife too. It's parenthood is wild. Oh my God. It's wild.
Like, Walker is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, out of control, destructive.
Yep.
I have bruises all over me. Yep. You have 3.
3. And they are all, like, they are boys. I mean, they're different boys for sure. I mean, they're some are more intense than others. Like, my oldest is definitely a firstborn. He's a very smart kid. He's a great, he should be an engineer. Like, already the way his kind of mind works. my middle guy is a mix of the oldest and youngest. He's serious and goofy, and then the baby, he's not a baby, he's 6. Is me. And it's like it is God has just given me payback tenfold.
I love that.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
I see, and my mom tells me that all the time. She's like, "Oh my gosh, he's so much like you." Like when we have conversations, I feel like I'm talking to myself.
I love that.
But it's great because they actually come and they help at the store. Like they'll put up
sweet.
stuff, and they love working with my dad. Like it's really fun. Like that part of it's great. But balancing work and kids is wild.
I ask every parent who I talk to, like, how do you balance? And they all say they don't.
No,
and it makes me feel better.
It's impossible. Someone said, life is like a blanket that's too small. Like your time is like a blanket that's too small. Like if I'm covering here for work, I don't have enough time for kids. Mm-hmm. And if I'm doing this for the kids, and I think where we were actually saying this before, I think sometimes like the social's so big and our store, and it's authentic. Like as a family, and like we try and show that we really do like each other and that we care about the food we make and all that.
Yeah.
It's hard. Retail is hard. Like we're busy on the weekends, so oftentimes I'm working
beyond
weekends. Yeah. And so balancing all of those things, holidays when everyone wants to get together,
you're like, sorry.
It's not what we do. And so, but I am thankful for it because I think, like you said, everyone has the same. It's not. There isn't the grass.
Social media is hard because it sometimes makes things look like perfection, and then you feel terrible about yourself.
Business owners will talk to you about like the social stuff, and I'm like, does it seem like I have it together? Because I don't. I don't know what I'm preventing. I don't know. I'm like, half the things I'm saying are true. Like I'm in on the joke, but I'm also like when we ended the strawberries, that was half. Obviously, I know there's not 30 days in February. Did I know that the last day of February was a Friday?
I didn't.
Nope.
I didn't.
I made that video, posted it, and then 2 days later, so we did know a week or two ahead. I was like, I said through February, like, are we doing this through March? Like, we got to make a call at some point. And then we pivoted, but
I'm sure
don't have it together.
Very mad.
Yes, they were. Well, people
not mad, but very.
They were sincerely like, wait, or you're ending it on a Friday? I don't get it. And I was like,
but it's the month. Like
I know, and that's why I made a joke about it because I was like, I kind of messed up. So that was real.
I truly didn't. We just came back from Florida visiting my dad. It was the first time that we've been there since he moved there, and literally, why did I even say something? I said something about February, and Nick, my husband, was like, "It's March."
Yep.
I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Today's March 1st."
It's March 1st. Yep.
I was like, "What?" And I actually didn't believe him, and had to check. And I was like, "How did that happen so fast?" I feel like it's like that every year, but I don't know. It just felt faster this year.
Yes, it did. It felt really fast. And with the kids, like you said, your son's going into preschool.
Next week. He turns 3 next week.
It's big. Because then I feel like the fast forward button hits.
Oh my God.
Once they start going into school, it's weird. Like I don't we're closed on Mondays. So even on the busiest, I'm off on Mondays. And I loved it because the kids were home. Yeah. And there's nothing going on. So we could go do whatever we want to.
Now they're all in school. All of them. Yeah.
Yep. The baby's in kindergarten. So.
I know. I still call Walker baby and he's 3. And I love that you're calling yours 6. Yeah.
I need to really stop.
No, but they are though. I know.
And he is. I mean, ironically, he's the most mature out of the 3 boys from like a third boy standpoint. Like he knows what's up. He could survive on his own.
Do you watch Outdoor Boys?
No.
Oh my God, you have to watch. They're on YouTube. Nick's obsessed. We're all obsessed. Walker even loves them now. It's this guy, Luke. He lives in Alaska. He's 3 boys. And he literally, he has, I think, 100 million followers on YouTube now. It's something ridiculous. On Instagram, not that many. Not even 100. Not even a million. But literally, he takes himself, and his kids out into Alaska in, snow and builds, huts, and they sleep in them at night and, how to keep warm.
Way.
And, he just makes you feel so good. He's so wholesome. This nice outdoor Christian boys? Man or outdoor boy. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
How old are the boys?
I think the youngest is 4.
Oh, so they're young.
Oh, they're little. Yeah, the oldest is maybe 7, 8. Oh and there's 3 of them, and they're so cute. And his wife. Sometimes he goes out on his own though.
Okay.
And he goes to remote islands and figures just seeing how you survive.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
I'm in.
But when he takes the kids, oh my God, as a dad of 3 boys, you're gonna like it. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Yes.
Well, it's unrelatable. Like, we probably would never do this, but it's so good.
Oh, I love that. I love it. And if it, like you said, when you talk to the parents, feeling like you're not alone in your drowning is.
And he was a lawyer. Like, literally stopped being a lawyer, had his own practice because all these videos took off. And now this is what he does.
Wow.
And his kids, like, his youngest goes with him the most. Is surviving.
Those youngest are built different.
It's just like, what? We like, can't get over it.
He's not afraid of the dark. We have like a creek that runs by our house. He's always playing in the creek. Like, he's just built different.
It's hysterical. I can't. These kids, man. Walker. This is Walker. He's a little curly cutie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
come on.
He's the best, but he's out of his mind. But, you know. If we ever have another, God.
God. I mean, listen. Once you're in, I mean, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
0 to 1 was the biggest jump.
That's what so many people say.
I don't. Yeah. I'm like, people are like, oh, it must be more 3. I'm like, I don't know. 1 was a lot. 0 was different. Yeah. Right? I'm like, 1 is just more of it. I feel like I was like, there's a lot more. But then they were older and they get a little bit easier with some of the stuff.
And now, like, he was playing with his toys yesterday, and I was like, wait, I can sit down. This is so weird.
Which you hadn't been able to do for 3.
So long.
But before that, before kids, me and my wife could do whatever we wanted.
I know.
That was
so.
I mean, I wouldn't change it.
I know, but like you think you grieve it sometimes. Like everyone does.
It's different.
You're just like, God, I just want like 10 minutes.
It is different. Yes. 10 minutes. Amen to that.
Well, you have a lot of family. So do you guys like all get together? Is it like chaos?
Yes. There's so many. I don't even know half of them. That's not true. I do not. So like I said, I have 2 sisters and a brother. Yeah. My sister has 4. My brother has 2, and my sister has 2.
Okay.
So my parents have 11 grandkids.
Oh my God.
So it's just a lot. And they're pretty, I said they had us really young. My mom was, I think, 20 when she had my sister.
Wow.
And so they're only in their mid-60s. My parents are young. To have 11. I mean, my dad is super proud.
Oh.
He became a grandfather at 49.
Wow.
Which is insane. Yeah,
that's really young.
Which is insane. So they're super active. Yeah. Like they go and they watch the kids, which
that's huge.
And can do it. Like, and my mom's, both of them are built to handle, like they can handle my voice.
Like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Which is
you never get out.
I know, it's hard.
It's so hard.
It's hard.
It's literally, we only have 1. It's so hard to find sitters. Nick's parents live in Old Ridge, but not everyone just wants to hang out all the time.
Not everyone. We have found for our boys, not everyone can handle 3 boys. Sure.
Please, my dad was saying, like, you and Nick need a vacation alone. I go, who's watching Walker? Yes. Oh, I'll fly up. Dad, you couldn't even handle like 3 hours with him. Like, you're thinking you can handle like at least 1 overnight. Yeah. And he's like, well, maybe when he's older. I was like, okay.
So that doesn't help me for this.
That does not help me.
This getaway that we were just talking about right now.
Oh my God. And I mentioned I lost my mom right before Walker was born. So like, you know, that is always like super fun to think about. If she was here, it'd be different.
It's hard. We were talking, like we said before, that my father-in-law passed away. And it is hard. That's something. I mean, we're not talking about DO. Sorry, we're getting. Oh my God,
I love this shit. This is what I always push for.
No. It is something we think. You know, it's hard. Humans. It's hard, even to watch the boys. But I think what's pretty cool is watching how my father-in-law is, how my kids are like him in certain ways, and those types of things are really fun. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard because then you want them to see the things.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we always talk about her. Walker knows who she is based on my mom and I looked a lot alike. Walker looks exactly like my mom. Okay. Like, insane. Okay. The curly hair, we don't have curly hair. My mom had curly hair. Okay. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, it's very cool. But yeah, it's like, it's crazy. And like, this was the first time my dad moved to Florida full time. And so now, neither of them are physically in New Jersey. But going to visit him was like, so lovely, and he lives in like this resort community. It's like a totally different lifestyle. It's like insane.
I hear it's amazing.
Oh my God!
You don't have anyone down there.
You don't even have to leave. You literally don't have to leave.
They're like communities.
Yes,
but they're active, right? I mean, they do tons of stuff.
Tons of stuff. He's always on like a boat cruise, just even on a lake. Like, it's insane. And just like the prettiest places. Like it's crazy. So then I'm like, well, I'm so happy for him too that he's like down there and it's like so lovely. And there's so many people like him who lost a spouse. Yeah. So it's like, again, not alone, you know, kind of thing. So that's my mom in the picture over there. Yeah. Her maiden name was, my maiden name was Moyer. So if, I'm sure in files you have a lot of Moyers from Joanne Moyer. Her name is Joanne. But yeah, we always talk about her. She is always involved. We see a lot of things. So like, I love that too, how you're saying like about your father-in-law. Like love. It's like you gotta keep them.
I know.
It's
I know it is. It's
very spiritual. So like.
No, they lived in Shrewsbury.
Oh, so right by
we were super close. Like, and we proximity wise, it was always really nice to do a lot with them. But yeah, it is an interesting stage where you care for parents and your kids. Yeah, you become like the parent, like especially because you said your father-in-law had cancer. Yep. My mom too. So like, it's like you're caring for. It's so wild how it changes in that way. Like, a friend said once, we're like we are a little bit younger than that, but that sandwich generation. I know you're caring for kids and parents, and you just feel like it's wild. It's interesting. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is interesting. Even just checking in on my dad, like. Yeah. Did you go to that appointment? Yep. I'm like, what am I doing? It is. All the while we have to work. Yeah. And like do everything. Like I said, my dad has never not worked. Like this is weird for him. Yep. He was a landscaper, but he was also a bus driver for New Jersey Transit. Oh, no way. And so like as you know, he grew up in Brooklyn, so like they were hiring you at like 12 then. Yep. You know what I mean? Like different. So he's like doesn't even. This is like the first time, and he's like playing pickleball, and I'm like, who are you? Like it's hysterical. That's fantastic. But I'm like so happy for him because I'm like, well, one day will I be playing pickleball at this resort community? Lord willing, right? I know. But I could ship him donuts, so it's great. What was the furthest that you shipped with Bruce? It was all over Europe. Wow. It was all over Europe. I mean, and it gets like funny where you can and can't ship. Like we don't ship over. We try not to ship overseas because it's just so expensive. I know it's expensive. And I have a wedding in Ireland, and I have to ship. And I'm like, it's just a sure? It is, and then like you got to get nervous that it doesn't make it through, and so we really, really, really try not to, unless it's like a special. I mean, listen, somebody really wants it, we try and figure it out. But he was in all over. I mean, it was really, we tried to just stay a day ahead. Oh my god, wild! Insane. Oh my god, Larry had the best time talking to you. You're so much fun. This is fantastic. So you're really the man in the video. Yes. Really. Yeah, I am one of the same. Yep. Now everyone knows. Yeah. Not that you heard impressive. It first, people. Hopes for the future for Delicious Shortcuts. Oh my gosh. Oh, often we think about just getting through today. I hope we can. I don't know that this is like the cool thing to say, but we're super content. Cool. No, that's cool. So I don't know that. Like people are after us a lot to open up another spot and do these things, and I feel like that'd be weird. Yeah, we won't do it. Not that we won't. Not do weird, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, we always people ask us to come look at places, and we'll do that. I hope we can keep doing what we're doing, and then grow and do better what we do. Mm-hmm. So like the truck, honestly, having more fun with it. Yeah, so fun. Like people know what we do well, and then kind of having a chance to be a little more. I mean, again. Not to be hokey, creative. No, why is that? Just like totally have fun with it because we kind of have a blank. Like with what we do there, we have access to everything, and so I think we're starting to think through how can we make this more epic and not like we farm a lot. Yeah. So continuing to maybe allow people to kind of access a little bit more what we do back there. I love that. Yeah. So that's why people come. I know. The advocate, forget it. Yeah, it's fun. Oh my god, awesome. Well, again, tell everyone where to follow you on social. So we Facebook Delicious Orchards, Instagram at Delicious Orchards, and TikTok for once a month
I don't even have a TikTok. I can't do. Wait, I felt really cool. I was kind of like you. When TikTok was banned for like 48 hours, I did a video. It was the most viewed video I've ever had in my story of me just literally sipping my coffee, and it says I never had TikTok anyway. That's it. That's all it took, and I got like thousands of views.
See that?
I was like, why?
It's never the one you think. I'll work so hard on something. I'll work so hard on something, and no one likes it. And then I'll just do like a quick one and forget about it, and someone will be like, this is the thing, and I'm like, I don't get it.
I had like my eye patches on for the morning, just like, and I was like, seriously? I like looked like after
so not having TikTok got you more views. That's correct. That's it.
But like, no, how about my calligraphy? Like, nope. Just want to see me with my coffee's become such a huge thing for me. It's like crazy. I'm like, great. I love to drink it. It's just, it's wild.
It's great.
Well, if you like this podcast, please rate, review, subscribe. And you can follow me at the Just Press and at Just Press Play Pod on Instagram. And let's eat some donuts and
Amen.